why did you decide to, agree to pay cut and become a free agent? How did that process go?
Yeah, I think it was a number of reasons. I think the most important one really, though, is, I didn't want to go out like that. My last game being, one in which I got hurt and then missing an entire year. I didn't want that to be my last memory as a Minnesota Viking. So that played a big factor in returning, taking a pay cut to be back with this organization.
We'll go Andrew and then Matthew.
Hey, Anthony, I wanted to ask you about just the OTAs here. You guys have had good attendance despite the union telling you guys not to show up. What led to your decision to kind of really show up as a team? And then did you guys negotiate any changes to the process here with the coaching staff?
Yeah, again, I think it's a number of reasons. We have a lot of young guys on this team that, are trying to get their feet wet and get some experience. And, it's hard to tell those guys to stay away, especially, when they're trying to, prove themselves. And we have a number of veteran guys with off-season workout bonuses. It's kind of hard to tell a guy not to show up and get his money, when those things are kind of negotiated into the contract whenever that happens, So I think, between that and, guys just really trying to get back in the building and, build some team chemistry, familiarize ourselves. We have a lot of new faces, kind of get to know one another a little bit, hear each other's voices, make calls, and kind of go through that process. I think it is important. And yeah, we've tweaked some things definitely. I think we're happy with, kind of the structure of OTAs and, what we've had this past week. I think has been productive while getting work in, while not, going, it's not too physically demanding to the point where guys are putting themselves at too big a risk, with injury and stuff like that. So I think all in all, we're happy with, at least from the player side, kind of happy with where we are in terms of the OTA aspect.
Anthony, just your thoughts on the additions that were made from some very good, veteran players. Patrick Peterson, I don't know if you had familiarity with him before, Dalvin Tomlinson, and just how it feels to you early on to have those guys in the lineup now.
Yeah, I think they're better improvement players that I think it's important to have on any roster. Especially like I said, we do have a fair amount of younger guys. I'm looking around, I'm just like, damn, I'm one of the older dudes now. I guess it's kind of been that way for a couple of years, but now really one of the 5, 6 older guys on the team. So to have those veterans that have been through the process, that kind of know what the expectations are and know how to work and know how to play the game the right way, I think is very important.
Eric Smith and Dave Campbell.
Hey, Anthony, if you go back to week 2 against the Colts, did you know right away that you were, I guess, hurt pretty bad and that you were going to be out for the season? And why did you not want that memory to be your last one with the Viking?
Yeah, I never had tore a pec before, anything like that. But I kind of knew what that feeling was. Kind of told the trainer what I thought happened, and it proved to be true. So it's unfortunate, but it's part of the game. I understand. It comes with playing, and I think it's just kind of speaks for itself as to why I didn't want that to be my last memory. It'd be a pretty sour note to end on, and with all the great memories that I have, I think that one would be the most lasting. So try to put that in the back seat and move forward and look forward to hopefully a healthy and productive season.
Hey, Anthony, I think you're about the second or third longest tenured player on the team now. I guess what kind of responsibility does that sort of do you feel as in that leadership area and kind of building off that as a defense? How eager are you to sort of help get the group back to its sort of previous levels of performance?
Yeah, I think the expectations remain the same. You want to do your job at a high level. You want to come to work every day, and kind of lead by example. It's kind of always been my MO. And having a lot of younger guys, and they're kind of looking at you to see how things are done. So go about things the right way. I don't think I'm doing anything more differently in terms of coming to work and making sure I'm at the right place at the right time, on time, and not making the same mistake twice, and all that good stuff. And I think it's important to, the culture here has always been pretty good, and I kind of want to keep that the same. And I think we have a good group of guys that are willing to buy in and just kind of go about the process the way that I've been taught and how the Vikings organization expects.
Me and then Don.
Hey, Anthony. Last year, I think it was the Saints game. That was when Coach Zimmer said that this is the worst defense he's ever had. Clearly pretty frustrated from it. You've seen where there have been losing seasons before and how he's approached it the next year. Where's he at in trying to, I guess, help turn this thing around, considering how many additions you guys made on the defensive side of the ball and how much effort and resources have been poured into fixing this defense?
Yeah, I mean, he's always been, a kind of a coach that has a chip on his shoulder that goes about things in just a very hard-working type of fashion. And I don't think it's been any different. He comes to work every day, fired up, ready to get better. And, he's laid out the expectations and, explained that, last year was not good enough. And it was, not only disappointing, but frustrating. And, I'm sure the comments made after that game were, stemmed from that, obviously. Probably felt embarrassed given the performance, but everybody did, not just him. I think the entire team, defense, offense, we're in this together. So I think the team would echo those sentiments maybe. And I think anytime, like you said, we've had a losing season, we've always bounced back and been pretty successful the next year. So I'm looking forward to this year.
Anthony, you said obviously last year was very difficult for you, but also having an injury during the pandemic, and you're a veteran. What did you learn the most? I know when rookies get hurt, they learn so much about themselves, but what did you learn going through last year?
I just learned kind of what my priorities are in life. And, I think last year it was a good year. Like I said, a reflection, it was a lot of isolation. I wasn't allowed to attend meetings. I wasn't allowed to attend games. I came in, did my rehab, and went home, and that was kind of the extent of my day, for 6 months. And for someone that's used to being in the locker room, on the field, joking, messing around, it was difficult, given that the state of the world with, the senseless killings of, unarmed Black people, to the coronavirus. And then just to isolation. I think all that kind of took its toll. But, I was able to reflect and realize, I'm very blessed and still very fortunate to be in the situation that I am, and trying to take advantage of the time, because it is precious and it is fleeting. And, I'm much more appreciative, I think, of just, I guess, my situation.
Last couple of questions. We'll do Lindsay.
Hey, Anthony, if I can just kind of build off of that last question, I guess. I know that you really stayed connected to the community and just in tune with the community here and continued to give back even while, obviously you weren't able to play. Why was that a continued priority for you even when you, weren't able to be active on the field?
I think there's a lot of people were affected by the situation, the pandemic last year. And I don't think that's a reason to kind of shy away and to stop helping and stop giving back and stop caring. If anything, those efforts need to be doubled up upon. And they need extra help, really. So Minnesota is really my home, my home away from home. I've been here for so long now, and I spend most of my days here. It's important. The community matters. I think it's a good community. People care. They care about their their neighbors and just the people in it. So I'm one of those people that cares, and I wanted to help as any way I kind of could.
We'll have last question to Andrew, and then Clint Kubiak up next.
Hey, Anthony, have you talked to Danielle Hunter much at all? And do you have any indication of whether or not he's going to show up to any of this voluntary work this spring?
Yeah, I've spoken to him a few times this off season. And, he's going about things the way he thinks he needs to, and I support him 100%. He's a friend, obviously an incredible player, and we'd love to have him whenever he does, decide that it's time to show up and get back to work. So I know he's grinding, I know he's working, I know he's feeling great, And, we'll accept him with open arms when he comes back.